Apple acquired Color Labs Inc. for $7 million and they shut down. A lot of times, people are talking about successful startups, and there's a lot to learn from them, this and that. That's fine. But interestingly, you see that there's also a lot to learn from unsuccessful startups, and we're going to talk about it today. Ever heard of Color Labs Inc.? It's a mobile photo sharing app or startup acquired by Apple for $7 million. And after a short while, they shut down. Now you ask, why would they shut down? Interestingly, they found out after a while that they did not have product market fit. So it's always very important to check that your product have a relationship with your market, which is the fit. Another reason why SaaS companies fail is ignoring user feedback. You cannot do that at all. Now, Audio, a music streaming service launched by Skype in about 2010, they received user feedback on the functionality of their mobile app, and they refused to make proper updates to this. Guess what happened? They filed for bankruptcy. So please don't ignore user feedback. OnLive is a cloud gaming platform that reportedly filed for bankruptcy in 2012. What did they do? They started to charge their customers high subscription fees. What happens when you charge customers high subscription fees is that they start to weigh the value they are getting to the price they are being charged. And if the price they're being charged is way higher than the value that they're getting, they're not going to pay for it, right? So that's what happened, and then they didn't have enough subscribers to keep their operations going. Why not offer pricing plans, right? And people are able to select based on the value that they want to get and their budget. Marketing and sales is no child's play. It is important to have a comprehensive plan to help you reach your customers and also to convert them. Many startup companies have failed as a result of this, such as Power Technologies, Friendstar, Chacha, and many more. So it's important you have a plan that will give you the results that you want. So guys, honestly, this one is close to the heart. Do not underestimate competition. Why? Because a lot of people have their game plans, and if you are not conscious and making thorough research to understand your competition and know how to position, they are going to kick you out of the field. You have to be one of the top players to thrive. As much as you learn to know your customers, also know your competition so you are aware of what they have under their sleeves. Meerkat made this mistake, right? They had a lot of competition and they were not able to fight to win, right? And they had to shut down after a while. Just to say, I think Thread is also inclining towards this angle. But let's leave that for another day. So funding is an awesome thing to have. Why? Because it's going to help speed up growth, right? And help you achieve a certain level of growth in a shorter time frame than when you don't have funding. It could also help to better compete, especially when you have big competition, big companies as competition. But do not over-rely on funding. Funding can also cloud your judgment, and there have been a lot of startups that have failed as a result of this, where they are not able to convert the substantial capital that they've gotten into revenue. I could go on and on to talk about companies that have failed as a result of this, from Power Technologies to Zero to Better Place, and an even more recent one called Dash. Now that is a topic for another day, but still, do not over-rely on funding. Being agile is super important. A number of startups do not take this as important as should be. You need to be flexible and pivot based on market feedback, right? For example, let's talk about Nokia. Nokia had a top market share in the mobile phone space, but because they were unwilling to adapt to the smartphone revolution of the iOS and Android mobile phones, they actually lost that market share and eventually had to sell to Microsoft. Interestingly, you can start off with a particular business model, a particular feature or problem you want to solve, right? But based on how the market, your target customers use the product, you are able to have enough feedback on whether to pivot or on changes to make, right? It's all about the feedback you get from the market. Starting off is like trying to build a relationship with your target market, right? So it's important that you have an open mind and are flexible enough to get market feedback and pivot as a result of the feedback that you get, just so you're able to have that product market fit. They say that you learn little to nothing from success, but you learn a lot from failure. And these are well-renowned startups that have failed, and these are the things to learn from them. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.